Hi, third graders. Today we are working on Math Lesson 12. So you will need your pink problem set. It says Lesson 12 at the top. So we skipped over Lesson 11. So remember last lesson together, I said that we're going to kind of be skipping around a little bit on this unit. So you need your pencil for today, and you also need a ruler. So it is very important that you need a ruler today. So if you need to pause and go grab a ruler for today, that is a huge part of our lesson for today. And I'll meet you back here when you're ready. Alrighty. So when you are ready, our I can statement for today says I can measure side lengths to determine the perimeter of a polygon. Do you remember what perimeter is? We introduced perimeter in our lesson yesterday, our last math lesson together. And remember, the perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. Okay, so if we want to find the perimeter of this sticky note, for example, I could measure all my sides here, and then I would add up all those sides together to find the perimeter around the outside. Now, we worked a lot already earlier this year with area, and area is finding out the inside of a shape, how many square units add up to measure the inside of a shape. That's area, but perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape or object. So for example, if I wanted to find the perimeter of this sticky note, all I would do is I would measure all my sides. So let's kind of do that. Okay, so you don't need to do anything for this one, just watch me. So if I'm measuring, and we'll measure it in inches, the side length of this side of my sticky note, it is 3 inches, and I'll just go ahead and stick it right on there. So this is a square. So what do we know about squares? Opposite sides are equal. So if this side is 3, then what's this side? It should also be 3, right? If you want to just we can measure it just to double check. There it is, it's 3 inches. And if this is a true square, that means all sides are equal. So what should the top and bottom be as well? They would also be 3 inches. So let's check that out. 3 and 3. Yes, indeed. So this is a true square for this Post-it note, this sticky note. So now to find the perimeter of this whole square of this sticky note, I'm going to do 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. So I can, if I want to count my threes, 3, 6, 9, 12. I could say that 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 3 is 6, and 6 plus 6 is 12. So any way that you add them up together is fine. And don't forget, we measured in inches, so it would be 12 inches. Or I could put those 2 little lines there to represent the inches. So the perimeter of this shape is 12 inches of this sticky note. So that's what we're going to be doing in our lesson today. So we can try a few together, and then if you want to finish the front on your own, you could even do that. But just stick with me for a couple, okay? And then you can pause and finish up. So name and date on your paper, of course. The directions say to measure and label the side lengths of the shapes below in centimeters. So we were measuring our sticky note in inches. This time on our problem set, it says to measure in centimeters. So remember, on your ruler, the inches are bigger, right? An inch is bigger than a centimeter. So if we look at the centimeter side of our ruler, a centimeter is much smaller than an inch there, right? So make sure that when we're measuring today, that you're measuring in centimeters. So let's start. What shape does this look like? Looks like a square. So if it's a square, that means all sides would be equal. So let's go ahead and test it out. So I want you to measure with me, okay? So as I'm measuring this side of the square, looks to be about 3 centimeters. I'm going to do the opposite side, also 3. Are you measuring too? I want to make sure that you're measuring with me, okay? This side is also 3. It should mean that this side is also 3. Yeah. So this is a square, right? All sides are equal. Okay. So actually that's similar to our sticky note, right? Because with our sticky note, our Post-it note, when we were finding the area of it, we did 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And what did we get? 12. But with our Post-it note, The difference with our Post-it note and this one is that our Post-it note we measured in inches, right? And with our square on our paper, here we were measuring in centimeters. So there's a definite difference in size between these two. So to fill this in, perimeter equals 3 centimeters plus 3 centimeters plus 3 centimeters plus 3 centimeters. And we know that altogether that equals 12 centimeters. Same thing from right here on our Post-it. We did 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which we know that equals 12. So 4 times 3 equals 12. However, this measurement around was in inches. This measurement of this square is in centimeters. What do we think? Okay. All right, look at this shape here on B. How many sides does this have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is a shape, a closed shape, a polygon with 6 sides called? Did you say hexagon? Good, this is a hexagon. So let's measure the side lengths. Oops, I almost was doing inches. Let's measure in centimeters. So go ahead. This looks also like 3 centimeters. And it may not be like exactly on, but it's meant to be 3. So when I look at these, it looks like it's actually just a teeny tiny bit past it, but that's okay because we're still going to put a 3 there. So this is also a 3. Go ahead and do all the sides of this hexagon. So far, I'm getting all 3s. What about you? Yeah. And, So all sides of this one were also 3. They were also 3 centimeters. So they were the same length as the size of our square. This time there's just more of them, right? There's 6 sides of this shape. What do we call a shape if, so for example, this hexagon, that all sides are equal? Do you remember what that's called from our last couple lessons? Regular, right? So if I have a shape that all sides are equal, so this would be a regular hexagon. One, it looks like a traditional hexagon that we're used to, but also all sides are equal. So we call this a regular hexagon. So for perimeter, it equals 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to make sure that I have 6 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So double check yours too. What does that equal? We can add, right? So we could do 3 plus 3 is 6, another 6, another 6. I could count by 3s. I could skip count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I could also say, well, I know that there's 6 sides, and each side is equal to 3. So I could say 6 times 3, which is 18. So that multiplication kind of is a quicker way to do it, right? As long as you know your facts. And since all of our sides are the same, that multiplication trick works there. So the area, or not the area, the perimeter of our hexagon is 18 centimeters. Now, when we do area, remember if this was area, it would have been 18 square centimeters because we would be putting squares on the inside. But this is not square centimeters for perimeter around the outside because we're not talking about a number of squares that could fill up the inside of a shape. All right. What do you think? Do you think that you could finish up C, D, and E? Why don't you pause your video and then try C, D, and E? Work carefully with E because it definitely looks like E has more sides, right? So pause your video, finish up those 3, and then check back with me when you're done, okay? All right, so I'm hoping that you did those 3 already and that we're going to check it together. So this side was 4 centimeters, so I'm hoping that you agree. 4 for the bottom. And as I look at the sides, 4 and 4. Did you get 4 for all 4 of your sides? What is this shape called? So it looks like a diamond, but in 3rd grade, what do we call them? A rhombus, right? So a rhombus looks like a diamond that has all sides that are equal. Perimeter equals 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, or 4 times 4 is 16 centimeters. Give me a thumbs up if you agree, if you got that as well. Good. Okay. Let's take a look. How did you do with this next shape? What is this next shape? It's a triangle, right? Because it has 6 6 sides. This side is 6. It has 3 sides, and this side is 6. This side also looks like 6 to me. Did you get 6 centimeters for that side as well? Okay. How about the bottom? That doesn't look like 6 to me. It's not. Did you get 5 centimeters for your bottom side? Good. All right, so then perimeter would equal 6 plus 6 plus 5. So we would add those together. 6 plus 6 is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Did you get 17 centimeters for your perimeter? Good job. All right, so E is kind of like a funky shape, right? Let's see how many sides E has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This shape has 6 sides. It's a closed polygon. What is this shape called if it has 6 sides? This is a hexagon, so it doesn't look like this hexagon. It's definitely not a regular hexagon, but this shape is a hexagon because it does have 6 sides, and it's a closed shape. It's a polygon. So even though it doesn't look like what we're used to with a hexagon, it is a hexagon. Did you get 3 for the top? Did you get 3 for this side? Let's see, this side, 2 centimeters there. Let me scooch it up just a little bit. The bottom, 6, a little less than 6, but that's okay. We're going to kind of round it out. This side here is 1. And then this little part here is 3. So if it looks like a little bit more, a little bit less, we'll just kind of round it. So do you have all of these numbers here? Sometimes when we have like little parts like this, they're easy to forget. So don't forget to measure all those parts. So then perimeter equals 3 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2. So I'll make sure I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 numbers. So I'm going to count it up. 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 plus, I'm going to do these two together is 5. 10 plus 5 is 15. Did you get 15 centimeters also for your answer there? Good. And if not, take a look and see if you forgot to add one of the side lengths. Because again, when we have multiple side lengths like this and it's not just perfectly equal like that, we tend to forget. Okay, good job. This is not hard, right? It's kind of fun to do that measuring. All right, on the back, flip it over. Carson draws 2 triangles to create the new shape below. Use a ruler to find the side lengths of Carson's shape in centimeters, then find the perimeter. So here's the deal. If I want to do perimeter, I'm going to take, and you can use your pencil or you can use a highlighter or a crayon. I want to find the distance around the outside of this shape. So he took 2 triangles to put together to find the perimeter. Do I need to know the length of this line in the middle? I don't. A lot of times we get confused by that. I don't need to know that line in the middle because perimeter is just a distance around the outside of the shape. Okay, so let's find the perimeter of Carson's shape. That's 3. That's a 3. I think they're all going to be 3s. That's a 3. Got all 3s. Do you agree? So 3, 3, 3, 3. So I can say, I'm going to do P, a capital P, which stands for perimeter, equals 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Or I could say P equals 4 times 3, which equals 3, 6, 9, 12. It equals 12. 12 what? Centimeters. 12 centimeters. Okay, so the biggest thing with that one is just to pay attention, make sure that we're not measuring that middle part. All right. Number 3, Hugh and Daisy draw the shape shown below. Measure and label the side lengths in centimeters. Whose shape has a greater perimeter? How do you know? So which one is bigger? Okay, so why don't you pause your video and go ahead and solve those. Figure out the perimeter of both of those and then write down whose shape has a greater perimeter. I'm going to do it too while you do. Not going to say anything, so even if you just kind of want to leave the video rolling. and then do your own measuring. We'll just work right together. Okay, so I'm just finishing up my second shape. How are you coming? Are you still working? Are you finished? Okay, so if you want to pause your video and finish, if you're still working, you can do that. Okay, so for Hugh's shape, it has 5 sides. What's a 5-sided shape called? A pentagon, right? I got 3 centimeters for all of those sides. So I did P equals 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. I could have also done 5 times 3, which equals 15 centimeters for Hugh's shape. For Daisy's, I had 5 on the bottom, 4 and 4 for the sides, and 3 for the top. When I added all those together, I got 16 centimeters. Do you agree with those? Okay, so whose shape has a greater perimeter? Daisy's, right? So Daisy's shape has a greater perimeter. Why? How do you know? Hers is 16 and Hugh's is 15, right? So Daisy's shape has a greater perimeter because 16 is greater than 15. We'll put that little symbol there. Remember, our mouth is open to eat the bigger shape. Okay? Alrighty. If you want to do that last one, you are more than welcome to for a little bit extra practice, but I am not requiring that. So if you want to give it a next, go for it. If you want to do it, if you're enjoying our lesson today, you can go ahead and whip that one right off. Okay. Super job today, guys, working on measuring with perimeter. And I will see you tomorrow for some more perimeter.